right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me, and thank you for inviting me. My name is Michael Sheffield. I'm the owner and head instructor of Kazoku Isan Dojo. I didn't expect to have that much of my face up. I'm pretty self-conscious about how I look. But so we do a Okinawan style of self-defense karate. And even though the traditional arts may seem a bit dated in today's world, there's still a lot of practical application and use for it. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Because there's things that take years to achieve and understand, but how could you in like a 1 hour session get something that you can walk away with and just use right away? So that's my plan for everybody today. Is it's not like, oh, I'm going to tell you this is something you have to do every morning when you wake up to eventually be good at it. It's we use our anatomy in wise ways. We try and use our strengths against other people's weaknesses, things like that. So I just want to empower everyone in the room that if heaven forbid you get into a physical altercation, you have an understanding of how to deal with that without muscling force to force. Almost nothing we do is going to be, I'm stronger than the other person. That's why it works. Does that make sense with everybody? So shortly, we're going to get up and get moving, but a little pre-frame, we're going to start with like low stakes escalation, like really easy, like someone just entering your space, trying to grab your hand, and that they have no right to do that. How do you safely do that? Because most karate videos, you watch someone goes to grab the hand and they just crack. Well, that's just assault, right? So we also are wise to the legal side of self-defense. You're allowed to use as much force as what's being used against you. And then the other caveat is you have to show somewhere along the way that you've tried to de-escalate. I spent some time with prosecutors that specialize just in self-defense. And they said that if the other person didn't do something to de-escalate, the judge will tell the whole courtroom, you are not allowed to speak the words self and defense together because you didn't show you tried to do something to de-escalate along the way. Does that make sense? So if you could, an example would be if someone tried to, I don't know, didn't like the way you parked your car at the gas station, you can't say, come on, this karate guy just taught me this cool technique at the seminar today. Then it's mutual combat. Does that make sense with everybody? Okay, so let's get right to it. Can everyone stand up and partner up? You come out here. Come out to this side. Oh, someone had a bad idea. The light went off. Yeah, come on up here so that way I can come around.
I'm just paying attention and doing photos and video.
I like your
Bears. Can you guys come to this side?
I'm sorry. That's like
Okay. You guys can just swing around to this side. Your partner's over there?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, you're not doing it. Come on.
I'm here for videos.
We can drill in between.
Videos are humiliating.
All right. So who wants here? Yeah. Let's not feel like you're on an island by yourselves. Okay, who wants to be my partner for the first?
Michael.
I did not sign a waiver.
So we'll kind of come this way.
If anything out of my pockets.
No, sir. No. If anything, that's probably closer to how you would attack me, right? You would just have your stuff.
I would attack you with things in my pocket.
So why don't we come closer? That way everyone can see what we're doing. So it's going to start really.
I didn't think you do anything.
But I will. Again, it'll start very, very low stakes and just kind of work its way up. If you're showing a property to somebody, and obviously keeping your distance is one thing, but if someone just tries to come in and reach and grab your hand. So if you reach to go grab my hand, go ahead. The very first thing is just whatever you have loose, get it up. Whatever's loose is up. Some of this might seem pretty fundamental and basic. You'd be surprised. I just wanted him to hold my hand for a while. I watch a lot of like surveillance footage of what like actual fights look like. Because karate was 1800s, mid 1800s is when the word karate was spoken. Even though the art's way longer than that from China and things like that. But it's not a poor fishing village defending themselves, right? The modern attacker is a different attacker, okay? Is that too long and awkward for you? So the point is, whatever you have loose, get it up. And I don't see that in a lot of the self-defense stuff I see. So I get nothing out of today. He can't hit me with that hand. He can absolutely hit me with that hand. Or head or kick or whatever. So whatever's loose is up. And then I'm just going to bring my hand palm up, palm down. No, you. So we'll just keep holding because here's and it's going to be a loose hold, and then we're going to work on a strong. So relax. Go ahead and go to grab my hand. As he's coming in for the grab, just hands are up, down, and then show that space. Create the space. And hands are up. Does that make sense? I showed some de-escalation. I created space. I didn't backpedal. I'm not running that way. I took a step back and stood my ground.
Hey, these are gonna be worse than.
Hey, you guys look like two partners right there.
That's true,
They
that's
look
true.
like two partners.
So I created space.
We've got two wafers up here.
We have extras. My hands are up, just create some space. One thing that Aikido does, that karate doesn't do, but I pulled it from Aikido, is go ahead and grab my wrist. They would say the technique's half done already. Like if you're entering my space to grab my wrist, I don't have to wait. Oh, you grab. Now I can start the technique. So as you're coming in for the wrist, go ahead. Yep. I can get my hands up and down, and that kind of keeps them from getting a lock on your wrist. So just try that a couple times. So with your partner, I'd maybe do them in threes. So like if I was attacking, say your name one more time, sir. Drew. Drew? Yep. Okay. If I was attempting to assault Drew, I would do the left 3 times so he can practice that. Then I'd come in the right 3 times, and then he would have a turn to assault me. Does that make sense? So easy icebreakers, okay? All right, with your partners, begin.
Hey. I'll do it.
Both hands up. Both hands up. And then, and then I would just I would just say that down. Don't hit it because then that's escalation. So you gotta set it down and then just. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No. Would you mind grabbing me? So that wasn't bad. Just careful of pulling, because go ahead and grab strong. That grab is good. That grab is good. So instead of pulling right away, I really want to jump up.
Okay.
I want to come towards the opening. So grab strong.
I don't know what I'm.
Andrew does have a lot of women trying to attack him. We're showing.
Down and back.
So that bathroom was really nice.
Alyssa, where's the master bedroom?
Where's the master bedroom?
I have a nickel for every time.
All right.
It's actually the primary.
All right, everyone, stop for 1 second. Stop for 1 second. Just one more thing I want you to try and work out of your nervous system is, would you mind being my attacker?
Okay.
So this is a bad habit we have in karate because we know we're going to do a drill. We have a habit of going, oh no, please don't attack me. And you offer the hand, right?
Yeah.
So just because we know it's going to be a wrist grab, just careful indicating that way, because it also changes the distance. If I do that, you almost don't have to step. You can reach me, right?
Yeah.
Right? But if I'm here and you got to come get my wrist, I got a different distance and a different body language. Does that make sense? So try not to offer the wrist. Just do 1 or 2 more. We're not going to spend forever on this. It's just to kind of get us moving, get us used to playing, and then it's okay to be a little silly and do karate after lunch. Okay, go ahead, give it a shot.
Really nice back out here, so
Good.
But yeah,
Just whatever
like,
she grabs, just try
back
to both
here.
hands up. Okay.
All right.
That's actually how I acted all the time. Everyone tells me I'm a Swedish version that way, so it's because I'm always like, Stephanie, I don't think you're supposed to like put your hand out there door, like, grab people.
You don't have to wait till he sees the grab. You can just know.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay.
no.
We're doing great over here.
Her face says it all. She's like,
All right. All right. We can stop there. So everyone gets the basic idea. That's a pretty easy one. Now so again, it's going to kind of escalate. I guess zoomed over here. So it's going to kind of escalate as we go. So now it's a more firm wrist grab. You look like you got a good handshake. Trying to be my partner again? Sure. Okay. So if it's same side. So if he comes for that, I'm going to offer you the hand. So he comes in for the grab, and this time they get it.
Okay.
Right? They got the strong grab. Again, a lot of what we teach does not rely on me needing to be bigger and stronger. I mean, what, you grow what? 45 pounds? 50 pounds?
25.
Thanks.
but assuming, I mean, here's the other side of that. Like if you assume you're bigger and stronger, 1, there's always someone bigger and stronger. And 2, old age gets the better of us anyway. So even if you are the biggest and strongest today, you're not going to be forever, right? So why rely on techniques that need me to be bigger and stronger? So then I'm either ready, or if they're having to be weaker than me, I'm safe or I'm safe. So I'm going to turn my thumb in. So go ahead and grab strong. We all know that this is the easiest way to get out of this, is towards the opening of the fingers, right? That stands to reason. Makes it even easier, instead of coming in with this flat surface area, if I turn, now I've got a more narrow surface area because the radial bone's pointing out towards that opening. But I'm not just going to rely on that. The free hand, of course, I get it up. This is going to smack his wrist that way, at the same time I pull this hand in that way. So go ahead and grab like strong. Yeah, see, he closed my hand for me. So again? Yeah, he's closing my hand for me. Good, and that's what we need. Well, let's also talk about that. When you're training self-defense, you
Should it
need
be less?
no, it should be more. It should be more. We try and train as sincerely as we can, so that way we can get as close to reality, but also safely. Does that make sense? So as the attacker, your job is to really give me this grab. And with your friends today, like if you don't come away with a little like finger bruise here and there, you weren't really trying to practice. Okay, you should have a little. You should have a little. Okay, so he grabs really strong. I turn in so they don't let me out. Okay, this hits that way as I pull in. They just can't. They can't fight it. And it's not 1, 2. This pulled same time as that. So that way I'm using this whole muscular chain going from one hand to the other to break his grip. Go ahead and give that a shot. Thank you. In
Thank
3.
you.
All right.
In 3. So
So
yeah, like I grab
grab
3 times on one side strong.
Alright.
Grab 3 times.
Wait.
Oh,
Like, it's okay.
So first thing is whatever you have loose is up.
No, I know.
Summon. There you go. And then push back inside of our wrist. The same thing you pull that in your belly.
What if I work? I don't know.
I feel so horrible.
Yeah.
You're a crack.
Not to let her out. You gotta keep her on.
Okay.
Stephanie, what was that popping noise? You hear a crack pop? Yeah.
And no one's got a fake wrist, is it?
Oh, dang. You don't need no self-defense.
This,
Yeah.
They're big pictures, so
Let's try.
I guess that's a.
Which one are you gonna
grab for 1 or 2 reasons. I want to.
Yeah, 'cause that's
Okay.
what it's.
Which one do you want to do?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're.
I'll be bright.
Yeah.
And then this. Yeah, because right now you see the flat of your wrist.
what we weren't doing.
That's
My fingers got
And now you've got to strike my wrist.
I'll be like, all right, can this like good?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So here, turn.
Yeah.
So.
That's it.
Well, let's test it in real life.
I
want you to get a feel for what
That's the next. That's the next. Did everyone try both arms 3 times?
No.
Yeah.
No, all right, then go to. That's okay. No. You're okay.
We're gonna do
And
that.
then a few more reps. Can I see? I'll go around to see some people. Can I see you guys try? Wait, no, I'll find you here.
Wait,
No, it's not working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, that one was good. That was pretty good. That one slipped,
Yeah.
right? The last one, I feel like I was like forcing it. I'm scared. I'm trying to see where.
Yeah, so I almost like the buns, like so I do kind of.
You were out first. No reason to hit him. You were already out.
No, I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, I'm like, you step 1, step 2. Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
No, get me all.
That's
Go, Alyssa.
Let's try this. Everyone stop for a second. Everyone find a new partner. New partner. Out of your comfort zone. All right, we need a partner. So tell them what you guys partner together. Okay.
Okay, so we're still doing the
Yeah.
thing? Okay.
Yeah, I think she really did. No, my tattoo.
Okay, well then we partner.
Oh,
Okay, so that's what we were just saying, 'cause like now that might work, because.
All right.
He's gonna teach us
Will you
this
do
one,
it?
like if you grab crotch.
Yeah.
No, there's much of fun.
All right, one more. No, you don't. So like when she grabs, my hand.
Yeah.
I don't have to bring this in. I would just really just. Naturally. Right. I felt kind of bad. All right, we can stop there. So now that you have your new partner, George might be my partner. Okay, so I'll stand you over here, please. That way, hopefully the camera's still getting some good shots of this.
I'm gonna do a back here.
No back. That's really good movies. That's really for self-defense. So if someone does a backflip, you just step that way or just pick up the bar chair. Exactly. Daniel-san, hold me there. So fun fact, if anyone's seen the first Karate Kid movie, the gentleman he's portraying, Miyagi, was an actual Miyagi. That was the teacher of the founder of my system. So my system's related to the Karate Kid movies. A lot of the lessons are real karate lessons. Obviously, it's Hollywooded up a little bit. But the whole no be there, like blocking is good, no being there is even better. Yeah. Right? So let's do this cross hand grab. So if he gives me, go ahead and give me that death grip, a really strong grab. So if someone gives you this, that's a good grip. If someone gives you a cross hand grab, I want you to feel that if you don't move your body, if I try and circle my arm, if I try and circle my arm to the outside, it's kind of muscle v muscle. And again, you're always going to assume they're bigger and stronger than you, then you're safe. Everyone follow that? So instead of me trying to move my arm, what if this was the rock and I was the water and my body just went around the rock? So this hand coming up is the same time I bring my mass over to the side this way. Because I weigh, I'll be honest, it's the holidays, pushing 200 pounds. So, and your arm might be a little bigger. So you curl what, 45, 50, something like that? Getting there, okay. But the idea is, even if you curled 60, it's not 200 pounds. Does that make sense? So it's the moving my mass from one side to the other that makes it successful. One more point that might make this not work for you guys is if your elbow's up. We have a phrase in karate, elbows in, you win. Closer my elbows are in, the more they're connected to the rest of my structure, and the more the energy goes out to my extremities, right? So if my elbow's out and I'm trying to do this, that might not work. But if my elbows come soggy to my hips and then I just step my hips around, you can't fight that. But that's not the whole drill. That's just if they're giving you a death grip, that's how you get around it. And anyway, if you grab me with this, we established it's only for one or two reasons. He's not gonna like the way I parked or put the shopping cart in front of where his car is going to park, right? Or he's going to punch me with that hand. So go ahead and raise the hand. So if I'm on this side of his shoulders, he's at least now going to have to cross his shoulders to get me with a punch. Does that make sense? Okay. But now let's make him regret his life decisions for having to grab me here. So I'm going to lay my hand once my hand's up right away, because if the punch is coming, I needed to field that, right? But if the punch isn't coming, I'm just going to lay my hand across his first two knuckles so he can't run away. And I'm going to step to the side, grab his wrist back, and I'm going to pull his hand towards me this way as I roll my fingers that way. You feel the wrist lock? Yeah. So this hand curls this way. As this hand pulls that way. And it's not comfy for the wrist. Yeah, Nikio, they call it Aikido, but a lot of other artists have that line.
So you hear the snapping
So what
noise.
it is we all have pressure points. Pressure points are nerve intersections, like a ground wire and a hot wire. And when you touch the two, it tells your brain this is broken, pain, but nothing's actually broken. It's just a lot of discomfort, which is good because you want them in discomfort. But what's great is you're not actually breaking the wrist. Could if you wanted to, but we're not going to go there because that's escalation. You grabbing me is not justified unless you actually picked the hand up and went to go hit me. I can't legally break your wrist. A lot of things we can do, but I also want you guys not get sued after whatever I teach you. Does that make sense? So go ahead and give that a shot. So they grab. Give a strong to medium strength grab. This hand's up. First two knuckles, because your defense for this is when I get to here and I grab, let go. That would be his defense for Nikio. Just let go. So I need to keep you here. You wanted my arm? Okay, cool. You got my arm. And then that's the drill. Okay? Go ahead and give it a shot. If you guys can't feel it, let me know. I'll help you.
Becker, get up
That one.
here. Because partners.
So cross hand grab. So first thing is your hand. You got you.
Okay.
Then you lay it across your first just like that. And then your fingers go up. Same time you did that, this would go up. Yeah,
This just feels painful. No, it's not
I'm not doing this with my sensei. I would smile. And he goes, why are you smiling? I'm like, I know it's gonna hurt. I know it's coming. Step over, good. Your fingers are on top. And actually, you go further if you needed to. You go right here.
Andrew, take it easy.
Yeah. And it'll hurt her even a little more if her feet.
All right.
Okay.
That's great.
Whatever it is, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Hey guys, stop for 1 second. Can I give you one more cue on this? Can I borrow your wrist? So we can also do this just standing, but like if someone gives you like a shirt grab, you can do this standing, but you want their pinky to go to their center. So if I'm like, look at my rotation. If I rotate you this way, it's just going to roll in a shoulder socket. That doesn't budge. But if I'm here and I go towards the center line, that's a totally different feeling as if I go, my rotation is in towards him. That's a different feeling than if I took it that way. Moving is structure, but you're probably not like in pain. Unless you had a shoulder injury.
I mean, it's all,
But with this, it should be, and if anything gets too much for you guys, our rule is you tap. So if you go ow, 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 in our dojo, we might not stop. So you do this and it's like, hey, I've had enough, you got the lock. So just, that might be good for you guys too. So if this hurts too much, just tap for me, okay? But if I really kept the circle going, it'll hurt too much. Okay, go ahead, give it a shot.
All right.
Okay, so you're attacking me now. Right? No, I'm attacking you.
And
Okay.
your not fingers right across his wrist, just like so. Yep.
Arm goes up.
Step to the outside. At the same time, your hand goes up. Now you stepped a little too far.
No,
See how his pinky's pointed that way? So step a little left. That's how you do it. This pulls. So they go, yeah, absolutely. Let me, yep, and get behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it. Okay, so oh, here.
That's pretty good. You try again.
Yeah.
And you really start to. So if I just stand here, arm.
Watch the pros.
One arm is like this.
Yeah,
Just move. And in the moving, that's what gets my hand. So that way, this movement.
Hopefully this never happens in real life.
Pin is here. You guys have to.
Is that real? You're serious.
If that inspired any confidence, like
wider.
hands up. You don't want that on the side. Do you feel your wrist almost feel like it's like tearing apart?
A little bit.
Yeah.
My nerves break down.
Can I help? Yeah. Okay, so get back to the same spot. So you got
Yeah.
your fingers go up and these and these go up the same time you
Also,
step
the
to hold the feet this way.
I really like the
So that way your body movement is.
They were so good. Oh my gosh.
There you go. And then your fingers go forward as you pull them.
Oh, I love that.
Kind of rip them two ways.
They're really
But
tasty.
it's kind of pointed over here to this gentleman. So, oh wait,
I bet. I think anything touches just.
now try and do the same. That should feel like a lot.
Kind of caramel. Yeah, it was more like snap a
Yeah,
finger.
no, that's right. Okay, yeah, because when you like automatically twist my arm and then pin it in.
Oh, okay, we'll do
No,
that.
I remember that.
Okay, everyone got a chance to try that? Do me a favor, just rotate partners. Just try one or two with a new partner. So find a new partner.
Okay, my partner.
You want somebody?
Yeah. You ready?
Yep, fix it up. Somebody next. Okay, so your partner here?
Great.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the.
I'll go.
I was. You saw
He's not, he is knowledgeable.
I said no, Michael.
I say, and then
That's why that waiver was so important.
yeah, there you go.
You're good. No, he's very knowledgeable. He's humble about it, but he's knowledgeable.
Okay.
That's right. Okay, let's try it again.
So you step there, and then your fingers come up and you step.
Whoa. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This pulls.
Trying to go slow to see.
We just gonna break it?
I know, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's like right here.
Yeah, so here,
Yeah.
so.
Mike has the camera.
So I'll give you feel this hand. Yeah, no, certainly see that.
Yeah.
Is that like part of the?
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, just-
Kind of like.
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
I'm like, wait, I don't know. Big thing to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that way, and then they're probably try behind it.
Yeah. That's-
The direction.
Start to-
Yeah.
Think about what you could do right now.
Like, I like this.
That's good. I like that. I think we got this down.
Yeah.
Like your revenue.
Yeah.
Oh, you wrote it pretty much?
I have.
Okay, yeah, so that's like, I guess. They probably-
Big one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So this one is over.
Uh-huh.
Right now. it's- That. That. Yeah, that's a good.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
Yeah, then I guess, well, then, you know what it really is.
Okay.
Do a standing stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, yeah.
That doesn't feel great.
But she's so excited.
Okay.
That's pretty good, but right now is.
You wanna grab me or should I grab this one?
Okay.
So try it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's do the next one, okay? Let's move on. Who's gonna be a partner for this one? You be a partner? Okay, thank you very much. So now we're gonna do double wrist grab. I'm gonna grab both my wrists. So people's natural instinct when they grab is you expect me. And then you're gonna wanna pull back. So what we're gonna do is instead of pull, so go ahead and be strong for me, is I'm gonna step in and go up.
Whoa.
You see how just that, because that's just not a natural reaction to being grabbed, right? So I'm just gonna step in and go palm up. Now, I typically go with whatever foot is in front. So because that's your front foot, I'm gonna go ahead and grab again. My hands are free. I'm gonna grab the back of one of your hands. This hand turns over, and I'm gonna let's get you away from that table a little bit though.
That way.
Yeah, you go that way. So hands are up. I grab the back of the wrist, and that I like to dig my fingers into the. Someone's got a good grip. I dig my fingers into the meat of the thumb there, just to loosen your thumb. This hand grabs that same hand too. You guys ever see an alligator, like take a limb off a gazelle or something? The alligator death roll. I started you going this way. I'm gonna lower, and I'm gonna keep you going that way. One more time, the whole schmagegi. She grabs, and I'm gonna go in and up. That already takes you off your center a little bit. Grab the back of the hand. This one grabs too, and I'm just gonna keep spinning that way, but slowly because we're friends. I don't wanna, and you don't want to eat that table.
Yeah.
But that is the feeling. Okay, go ahead and give that a shot. So both hands up, grab the back of a hand, and rotate.
Okay.
Or your hands are down to start.
So, grabs.
Am I grabbing underhand?
Yep, underhand, and I would grab for the thumb. Not so much the wrist, because if you bridge the wrist, do by bridging, you can grab this. Well, like if you sprained your elbow, you would band it across the joint.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you bridge for this, you only need to see wrist. There, turns over, and then both hands just keep twisting that way until it's
Oh.
So you can start feeling the stomach.
So you can feel like my wag
Also grabs, and then like you can see what that does.
Twist my. Yeah. Okay.
That.
Can I take you?
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
Right.
Then,
Grab.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Grab the back.
Now.
I'm so sorry. This shouldn't be very with anybody.
There you go.
Right?
That's a good noise. That's a positive noise.
Yes or no? Do it again.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, would you mind grabbing me? So if you want to watch here, so good, start here, and then you kind of cross. Go. There you go. I'm gonna get it tucked underneath. Because then it's such a cross having it here. And then I
Yeah,
can
so
Right.
palm right there.
And then.
Instead, if you were there, get one elbow on the shoulder.
Right,
Another thing too.
So you want to further it?
Yeah.
On there.
Yes.
So that we work from there. Yep. Good. All right, hang on guys, just for 1 second. When you go to open a door, do you open a door like this?
No.
No, it's because our tendency is, like I did this when I'm gaming, when I want to see around a corner in a game. My wife has many photos of me doing this. I try and look around the television. It's because you want them to spin. We're also turning as well. But you don't want to break your balance or structure. So unless you're good at grappling, unless you have a ground fighting experience, you don't want to make it easy to go to the ground. Does that make sense? So if part of my technique is breaking my structure, if they go down, I'm kind of going down with them. Does that make sense? So if you give me this double hand grab, sir, when I come up, I want to watch my head. I want to keep my center line pretty uninterrupted for this. I want to keep my center line. I don't want to turn with them. So just try 1 or 2 more. I won't spend forever on it, but just try and keep your back straight. Oh, if you need to go, that's okay. Yeah. Well, your partner in threes. Partner in threes. You can solve each other.
Now I know what I'm doing.
Well, we would have to.
Okay. No, wait.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Here's over.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
Are you grabbing me?
No.
You push it over there.
Check your center. Do those benches come away from the wall easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
So tell you what, let's just try let's try rotating partners for this one. Just do 1 more round of it. Just rotate a new partner. And then just one of you have to work in threes.
Now that we have an odd number.
Gonna be my partner. Good, how are you? Stephanie, nice to meet you.
No one wants to be like.
Oh, I'm gonna say.
Oh, you want? Oh yeah, I'll have
I think there's, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no, you do have a number.
We don't have enough.
Then we're gonna work in threes. Yeah, you good.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing the same. Grab and I.
If you want.
Yeah.
Like Jared said yesterday, like he
Yeah, there you go.
can't come Saturday, he can come next Saturday.
Like that.
Yeah. More or less, yeah. So just carefully grabbing. Yes. Try and keep pulling. Like make it. Okay, Brad.
Tell him the hours, it's just 2 weeks. So.
It was-
That's on my list to do today. Already on my list. Because I could have wanted to pop that.
Okay, careful, careful. Let me show you. Let me show you the new property.
Oh, wait.
He's acting as a martial artist instructor right now.
You did a great job.
You really know something about it?
Yeah. Bring I give you 1 or 2 more tips. Knee grabs. When these come up, I make high grab. Keep your elbows close to you. And then I think, so watch when my hands are gonna drop. Like if I do like a big high,
Girl on
you probably
Saturday.
won't. So my hands will lower. Then you can't.
Turns outside, and the other one's obsessed with fingernails.
Unless your name's Napoleon. Tiny Napoleon.
What? You're the old phone.
Oh my god, old bolt grinder. It didn't.
Very good. All right, let's move on to the next one. So let's move on to the next one. So for the next one, can we please scoot the benches away from the wall? Can we scoot the benches? We're gonna need to partner up by the walls. I don't know if they have like.
Well, it's we got starting works.
Nice mine, yeah, nice mine work.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right?
But this one will probably be out of frame, so I'm very sorry. It's gonna be out of frame because that's not all the demo on.
Are
Good.
these okay?
Yep, yeah, those are okay there. So who wants to be a partner for this one? Nope, that's fine. You're not gonna need that much space. Self-defense, you just need a phone booth space, but. So who wants to be a partner for this one? Someone needs to push me against the wall. You'll do it? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, yeah, like if somebody's doing that, so why don't we all come closer? And actually, I'm gonna borrow one of the gentlemen because this requires me to kind of pull on your garment, so can I borrow your, yes, sir, can I borrow you and your sweater?
You got a nice collar.
Yeah, you got a nice lapel, right, like karate people, right? So if somebody does this, with both your hands, grab my shoulders and push me into the wall, like that, boom. Here's another control position that you could find yourself in, and again, one or two reasons, he's trying to tell me off or something like that, or then he's gonna
Hey, move
take a
your
hand,
hand up and
yeah, take a hand away and drop. So keep the pressure into the wall, because they want to try and keep you here, right?
Yeah.
I want to use the force of him going into the wall, I want to reunite his face with the wall. So for your safety, can you keep your fingers up?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna drop. So when I drop, your hands will slide off my shoulder and you can catch your sides.
Oh.
But grab a handful of clothing, like, oh yeah, grab a handful of my shirt, like that. If someone did that, they can't let go in time. So his face would go that way. But so for your safety, flat hands today, okay?
Okay.
So if somebody does that, you're gonna grab their shirt back. And that seems pretty, flat fingers for you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna grab it back, and that isn't sending much of a spidey signal off to the other person. It's like, oh, they grabbed me back, but they feel like they're in control. I'm just gonna be like a 2-year-old in Walmart, and I'm just gonna drop. Just free weight drop. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
And you can imagine that if he had his hands in my clothing, what that would do to his. So this is actually a really good like school self-defense, like classic kid pushed up against a locker kind of thing. This is also one I teach for whenever I do like youth anti-bullying kind of stuff. But adults, we can get in the situation as well, both guys and gals. So you go ahead and push, boom. I grab, and the trick is I pull my hands to my chin as a free weight right down. So I just drop, pulls his face in. And then from there, it's whatever you want to do, takedown, spear, things like that. But for now, just for the safety, because I want to be invited back maybe one day, just don't put a nose through the wall, or if you do, sign it, so-and-so's nose went through here. But go ahead and partner up, but you'll need a flat surface to practice on, okay? If your clothes don't allow, because you probably weren't expecting that when you dressed for today, so you can mock. You don't have to actually tug on someone's shirt. Pull them in if you don't want to, but go ahead, partner up.
This is gonna be great.
I don't think.
Hey, you can- So you gonna push it against the wall? Yeah, ask him for his lunch. Ask him for his lunch plate.
Two of them come on.
Yeah. Grab. Yeah.
As I.
Yep. And bring your hands to your chin at the same time, because that will accelerate his face forward.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Don't
do
Yeah.
Do that.
Wait, if I'm really. Oh.
And then you just drop. Yeah, that was good.
I know. Yeah. Wow, yeah.
What is it down there? My knee is accessible.
Your chin.
Yeah. It's all
And that-
That, I think that's what you said, like, what?
Oh, do something.
You ready?
Now, I would work like, obviously, I wouldn't do anything, like, I'm shorter, so like,
Well, your name might be Napoleon.
yeah.
Yeah, so flatten your hand, just so that way when he goes, your hand can slide Yeah, and because of the height difference, you could have a headbutt there, or if you go all the way to the floor, then his head would go over. So you would want to, I mean, if the guy's like, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson did this to you, right? Big guy, right? A bouncer, boom, right? You gotta drop all the way down. That make sense?
Yeah. So something like that. And like we were talking about, like, what if someone would like come at you from here, not your shoulder?
Oh, sure, it would,
Still be-
it would still work.
Contact.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, same cut. Because if anything, your hands are further away from the wall. Really, what you need is that force, you pushing into him, that support gives.
Guy starts laughing.
That makes sense?
Okay.
Every time, man.
Can I see?
Pretty good. Good job, guys.
I can only imagine.
That made it actually.
very different turn.
Well, you know, that's what happened.
Hey, good place.
Sometimes you're just straight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to.
It's never happened. I know this is gonna work.
No doubt. All right, I think, are we good with the wall?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we can bring the benches back, and then I got one or two more for you.
Now you
All right.
order to do over. You're doing nothing right now. I'm not helping at all.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
You do something.
Of course.
Okay, so, yep, that's what I thought. So, shoulder pin. All right, now we're getting to the more serious stuff. So this is if, heaven forbid, somebody tries to put a hand around your throat. So I said it was going to kind of escalate as we went, right? It went from really relaxed grab. It went to some serious trying to hold on strong. Went to the person shoved you against the wall. What if somebody tries to put their hands around your neck? No one has any right to do that without the other person's permission. So I want you to feel like if someone ever does that, that's just as bad as if like someone pulled a knife or pulled a pistol, deadly force. So you need to do whatever you need to do to get out of that spot. Wow, I sucked the air out of the room. But you guys understand though what I'm saying? Like we're gonna get to some more of the serious stuff. I have no idea what anyone's background or experience is. So if people, even amongst your coworkers, don't want to practice doing that, you can practice this just with hands on the shoulder. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So can I borrow you, sir? Or sorry, so I've used you a good bit. Anyone else want to come up and choke the karate guy?
No.
Andrew will.
Oh, Stephanie.
No, you're choking me. I'm not. Because we practiced this stuff.
like
That's very helpful. And this is what I'd recommend is, as I say, go partner up, like check in. Like you don't want to like publicly say like, I'm not comfortable with that, but like check in with the person you're working out with, being like, hey, I'm not okay with that. Can we go with the shoulders? Everything I'm doing, you can practice a shoulder grab and just pretend it's the same urgency. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So yeah, so if you have
Wait, I'm gonna choke you.
you're gonna choke me.
Okay.
So well, for now, so I can so I can still talk. Can you just put hands around my neck?
Yeah, like the
Yep,
normal.
yep. Okay, so if somebody does this, if somebody does this, they can't. No one in their right mind can choke you with a straight arm. So this kind of works out some of the height differential that you have. Like if your arms are fully locked like this is how they do it in the movies. If I want you to pull your arms away as I pull in.
Okay.
Pull your arms away. That's how they do movie choke, is the actor is actually pulling the hands to their throat. And the person who's pretending to choke is actually doing that. So it looks like they're really strong, but the person is trying to not choke them. The other person's saying, hold on, hold on, hold on. So it looks like everyone's engaged. So go ahead and put your hands around my neck again.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and have a little bend and you can have a little strength in your arms now. Okay. Okay, so we'll talk. So we're going to do the one that's safer for your partner first. If somebody does this, I'm going to raise one arm up. Let me backpedal a little bit. A lot of defenses for chokes that you see for this, I think, are a little laughable on YouTube and Facebook Reels, where they have you like trying to hit the arms. It really requires you to be stronger than the limb, right? I don't want to do that. I want to use my anatomy in a wiser way and my strengths against your weaknesses, but I don't want to be having to rely on this. We call them 3-second techniques. If you didn't get out in 3 seconds, your shades were dimming. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense? So if you hold on, I'm going to raise one arm well over her arm because I'm not going to attack her with my arm. I'm gonna attack her with my armpit. You guys ever see the videos where like the person's tie gets caught in the copier or a conveyor belt or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So when she grabs, not that she has a tie, but I'm gonna raise one arm, I'm gonna put one leg back that's opposite of that, and I'm gonna spin on my center. So my armpit is what's taking those away. So go ahead and hold on. You can really hold on this time. Okay, hold on. Don't let me out. Hold on, don't let me out. Okay. And then my arm, because if someone does this, another pet peeve I have is they have defenses for this. The person just runs. You're a perfectly healthy attacker. You have had no reason not to keep attacking at that point, right? So if somebody does this, which they have no right to do, when I come over, drop that elbow right over top. Bam. Then kick him in the shin, and then you're out. Does that make sense? So go ahead and grab again, but this time maybe grab the shoulders. Grab really strong. But I want you to feel that it has to be a quick and a pretty,
Watch your nose.
pretty dynamic. I'm not gonna elbow back. I want to be invited back one day, so I'm not gonna hurt anybody. So I'm gonna put one leg back. This is up, and it needs to be a violent twist of my hips.
Whoa.
That is what gets out of it. But if I leave my arm low, can you grab again? If my arm's low, it's arm against arm. My arm's higher, which sets me up for the elbow later. It's the rotating of my body that's too much for her hands. Crack.
That also loosens her grip on your shoulder.
Oh,
doesn't it?
Absolutely. Because I'm not trying to hit. It's like all about torque and leverage. Everything I'm talking about today is just using our torque and leverage in a smarter way against their weaker stuff with my stronger stuff. That makes sense, but not out muscling somebody. So go ahead and try it. So check with your partner. Make sure it's okay. If it's not okay, like this will give you the best reality of it. But if you're not okay with that, I understand. This is also a business setting, right? So this is your coworkers. So make sure it's something you're comfortable with. Okay?
Oh,
Go ahead, give it a shot. Class partner up.
Lee, what?
Right.
Here, the important
Thank you. No.
You've gotta embody those like Barbie spinny things.
You're gonna be comfortable with that.
You wanna get to it? Do we wanna, I don't wanna.
Yeah. Well, you guys
I just wanna do shoulders.
Okay, I can do your shoulders.
Or he's just watching. You can ask him if he'll work out with you if Mike wants to.
Yeah.
That's my own defense.
He's too afraid.
Yeah.
I'll kind of flip up. Then the arm
So who's
right away. I guess.
Yeah, so it'd be like,
Okay, so if you put your hands up by his throat.
cause I'm trying to shift on my. Yeah.
So
I thought he-
one arm up, one leg back.
What do you?
No, yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay.
Yep, good.
Got
And then the only thing can you grab me?
Okay.
Okay,
I
alright,
realized,
wanna go?
like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say something. I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna rotate that part. But that's you get is just careful with your eye line. Is because
So
your
we-
eye line went
You actually,
this
you
way.
wanna step back.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would.
So you're, so if you're gonna do like this
Exactly.
arm,
And then if
step
then if
back.
she is having.
Like,
Yeah.
you're moving your
You
hips
gotta
and your
get someone
heels,
up like
like,
that.
just kind of.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
So
wait.
pretty good.
Okay.
You did a good rotation, but instead of coming down,
Yeah.
keep your arm high because she wants no spidey sense that something's going on.
Okay.
Still there's an elbow in it.
Yes.
Oh, okay, elbow goes in face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna practice doing this thing.
Okay.
And then.
Yeah, don't turn your back to it.
Okay, no turning back. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so you need this higher than his arm back. You need, which way you want to spin?
Okay. So this. I think I got it.
Yeah, so your armpit is what
I think
gets
I
it.
just don't.
You want to then it's like-
There you go, and you can keep your eye on, keep looking, and then you send your arm.
Sorry.
You send your arm over his hands if you kept it over his hands.
Good job.
over
I'm pushing
backwards.
down. I gotta go like that, right?
She's over.
Yeah, I mean, like you can kind of.
Can I?
You're how.
Yeah.
Face on
You're how.
Yeah.
More often.
I think it's healthy.
I think it's how.
Well, you do what you, that was
Sorry.
good. Just try and keep your eye on
I
it.
tried the whole
Okay.
time.
Because think about this, if you attack me. So if good, so if I'm doing this and you're
Alright.
thinking you're being an attacker, no, keep going. If I do this, now I don't know what.
Then I can just grab you.
Right, exactly. You're gonna re-grab or something like that. So when you're here, that- I wanna keep my eye open and then that. Right over top, then you can piece out, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty.
You have your what?
Don't worry about doing all this.
That's coming back like that. Okay. Do you want to go one more time or do you feel like you have it?
I'll do it one more time.
You already know that,
Yeah, right here.
right?
Okay, here.
There you go, got it.
So for tender, you grab my, I'm okay.
Did you do the?
It's like, yeah, try to remember this stuff.
Actually,
Oh my God.
Well, hopefully no one ever try and choke, but you never know.
I give you my back. Well, Nelson, Hemlock.
I actually wanna take
So if you're
my
here,
arm.
I wanna.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so she actually, one of her platings, she ended up getting in a fight with someone.
Okay.
I gotta keep the arm.
Girl like hit her and kicked her.
Okay.
So she, after that, she started saying,
Rotation, I'm really good, really.
no, like, well, you don't wanna fight with your friend. Physically, but she's like, no, I just want to be able
Oh,
to check her.
try again. So good step back, get the arm on the outside of his arm, not the inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there, rotate, and then right here, don't go anymore, the elbow should be going right back at him. Oh, yeah, or even, side way process.
What the fuck are they gonna flip in the air?
Right, you hit somebody there, so.
Yeah, that's
You
when
like
they go
go
here.
Yeah. Take your hand on that arm. So feel yourself, feel where your ribs open up.
Yeah.
That's called the situational process. I've heard like, if you get cut it, we always. And then if you have a big
Yeah,
strong
that's nice.
chest and cut abs, it makes a ramp right up into that spot. Yeah, it's a weak spot on anyone, no matter how hard I try, you can't grow muscle.
I don't know if I
Right, it's
see
not-
it. Is it on the ground?
The bigger chest makes it so you can find it easy too. So that's cool, it's a weak spot on just about anybody's solar plexus. Especially whenever.
Yeah, yeah, I've had, I think, 4 times, right?
Okay, let's do one more. Let's do the last one. The most serious one. So this one is definitely like a 3. Did you guys get enough practice on that? Okay, and I expect you, when you have it recording, I'm not sure how good we've been doing about staying in frame. And I'll also send Leanne the bullet points, like my teaching points I had. So if you guys want to have that, if you want to remember the techniques, and it's great to do on a spouse or a partner at home, or again, a willing coworker. But you have to keep some of it a little practiced. Like you did 1 hour on a Tuesday, it kind of gave you an idea, but you're not magically John Wick or Jason Bourne because you did techniques for an hour, right? They do take some practice. So let's be a partner for the last one. This one, I used you last time, didn't I, sir? I used you, big guy. Okay. So this one is definitely like a 3 seconds to get out. Like they got the hold, hitting on the arms isn't working. You guys might want to come on this side. He's not going to want to do this too many times, and hopefully he makes some great faces. So he gives me a grab to the throat. And again, can't do a grab with locked arms. So go ahead and put some strength into that. I'm going to take one of my hands, bring my fingers together, and I'm going to give him a tracheotomy.
Awesome. Everybody watch. This is only happening one time.
I can only show you this once, but can I pull your shirt down a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. So right here where his collarbones come together, please come on this side. You're probably getting a great shot of the back of his body, but that's not okay. So
You're welcome.
So his collarbones come together here. I don't want to go too high in the neck because that's not going to work. I need to go in and down. I'm gonna take my fingers and I'm gonna in and down. Now, I'm just gonna move them in and down. The reality is I would want you to like poke or like thrust to make that happen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But so your one job is just think, I don't want to move, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you go in and down like that,
Yep.
okay? So in and down, and you would strike like that. So just on yourselves, thank you. Feel where your throat hits the bone here, your clavicle. Okay, then ride that edge in and down. Yeah, it's not very pleasant.
Oh, yeah. No,
But so with each other, how to do this safely. So if it's too much, you let go and you back up. But you need to realize you go a little creepily, like you can go a little further than you think you can before the person taps. So if we were doing this, can you grab me, sir? If we were doing this and I just like touched the spot, I'm not getting the reality of what I need. I need to keep going until you back off, okay? And try not to back off too soon, because then you're not helping me learn how to do the technique, right? So I would go in and down like that. Yeah. Yeah. But then you would want to hit. You wouldn't be, I'm just kind of moving my hand in space.
Yeah.
So go ahead and try with each other, just 1 or 2. Obviously, if you're not okay being choked, you can still do the shoulder thing. But careful of the nails, ladies. that'll be,
I
yeah.
might pop out of this. I don't want to like really understand what it
Yeah.
is. So.
Yeah, or you could do too, is you can even do like they do like the Phoenix Eye or the Nippon Ken, like
Okay.
you can do that too. I can get that. Not as well.
In a serious moment, though, use your nails.
Yeah.
Well, that's your best thing.
Yeah.
And in Kali and Eskrima, because I train a couple different arts, whenever they want to practice hurting somebody's eye, they don't actually hurt someone's eye.
That's
They call it fix the eyebrow. So they'll come up and do this.
Oh.
They'll brush an eyebrow, and that's how they practice. That was really your eye. They fix an eyebrow, and that's raking the nail across the cornea and all that stuff. I said I was going to get more serious. So.
Have you ever done that before? Like actual eyeball?
You know, it's funny. This is something maybe I could talk about too, because you guys looked like maybe we're winded down on the physical stuff. But I got in way more fights before I did karate, but ever since I did karate, I haven't been in a fight because it is really like a philosophy and movement about this whole keeping the peace sort of mentality. Like because I've had my butt whooped for 18 years, my ego is no longer like on the line in every little thing I say. So I just don't play game. Like if someone's like, I want to fight, one of the easiest ways out of it is just like, I don't want to play ball. Like even if someone cut me off and I know they were at fault, sorry, you're right. I'm sorry, man. No, I want to fight. Like, no, I'm sorry. Cut it off. We're done. You know. Yeah. Like I just your ego is on the line for a little bit, but then in the dojo, there's always someone bigger and stronger than you. So eventually your ego kind of sorts itself out. So my, gorilla kind of, I need to be the king of the jungle kind of thing. Like that mentality has left me like a decade and a half ago. So I just don't get in fights anymore.
You mind?
But you did.
Yeah, I'm 35.
35. You remember Breath of Nature?
Of course I remember Breath of Nature. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have you competed in Breath of Nature?
I was with Yerk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I started sorry, martial art tangent here. But I asked him, I got his blessing to start a summer tournament again. So
Yerk
I
had
started.
his eye taken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But his was acid.
I actually got it cut out by a guy.
Yeah. Well, didn't someone like throw acid in his face and tried to attack him?
I thought he told us that it was that somebody like maybe it was acid, but he was with his girl or something.
Yeah.
Like that. He still keeps in touch with the guy who's in prison. Yeah, they write each other. They're
Yeah.
yeah,
They made up for it. But yeah, the guy opened the door and like took acid like from the school or something like that and just like threw it in his face. And while he had acid in his face, not the illegal stuff, like the chem lab stuff, but he fought the guy off while that was going on. He fought the guy off, subdued him, police arrested him and stuff. But yeah, that's why he has an early eye patch. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so he is summer tournament. His summer tournament canceled. And that's why I said, sir, no one picked up your summer tournament. He goes, Michael, run with it. Go. So this is my second year doing it because of him.
So really?
Yeah, small world. All right, guys, how about questions for me? Let's talk about we talk about serious stuff. We'll get a little more serious for a second. I want to relax. So it's probably just the Q&A and talking portion for whatever little time I have left. Is if it's a knife or a gun. Very simple answer to that. If they're spending the time to talk to you, they don't want to hurt you. Because if somebody had that kind of a weapon, they would be just.
So what they say in movies is true. Like if you were going to shoot, you would have done it already.
Unless the person's saying like, I am going to shoot you, that is the very rare circumstance that I would ever try and do that. But credit cards can be canceled, money can be earned, pictures can be retaken. You guys can't be replaced.
Dance and they pull it out like should be.
If they tell me to wash their car, I'm washing the car. I'm serious because it's ego that gets you. You're right. It's ego that gets you in trouble. It's this level of like, oh, you're trying to have authority over me? No, I'm not going to let you have. If the man person has the opportunity to end my life and they give me an out within reason, I'm gonna take it. So, and same thing with a knife. So, I mean. It's kind of a rare opportunity. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not in the realty world as much as you guys are. So I don't know how many self-defense situations you guys are really in, but maybe just some basic awareness is try not to give people you're showing your back. Mm-hmm. That's a really good one. Because attackers, there's two kinds of attackers, really. There's the monkey dance where like there's a battle of egos where two people want to feel like who's alpha and they get in a fight because of that. Biker bar kind of stuff.
So
lead them, say, hey, go ahead upstairs, I'll follow you or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
And keep yourself close to the door, like don't keep them closer to the door.
Of course, or if there's two.
That's something that they've gone over with us in the past, like, you
Yeah,
always let them lead. You tell them where to go, but
Yeah.
you never lead.
because what I was circling to, and I'm glad you guys practiced that because that is the safer way, is the other attacker that's not the whole battle of egos, who's alpha kind of thing. Those are the ones that they like to feel like they have a window of opportunity, or they feel like, oh, they don't realize I have a chance, right? So if you just don't give them that window of opportunity, don't give them the feeling of like, oh, they for two people being shown around, oh, they forgot I'm in the room behind them. That'll feel like the window of opportunity, right? So if I had someone in that room and in that room, I'd keep my back so my peripherals are on both rooms, not just looking into one room or another. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How about any general self-defense questions while you have me? I mean, I'm going to leave it open that I'll ask Leanne to pass out if anyone just has a general question about self-defense, or maybe even a situation that if you weren't comfortable like sharing in the class, I'm I'm obsessed about this stuff. So I'll happily just answer or share whatever you guys might think of. But
One thing I mentioned too, I think last when we were doing it is like, maybe it was Stephanie, but my size different. So is that something that I should play up? Like, because like with the getting out of that chokehold, it was a lot easier because I'm smaller and like getting pinned against the wall. I have less of a way to going down.
well, sure. I think
So is it,
yeah, I would say instead of thinking it in because I'm framed differently, I'm going to use my body differently. I would just say blanketed, just always try and use your body to your advantage. So instead of trying to go muscle group against muscle group, a lot of what we do in karate practices, like if this pinky moves, that pinky toe moves. So it's a more of a full body experience. Whatever my body is, it's a full body experience. Whereas most people's tendency is to use just an extremity. So I have more things, more synergy. I have more things working with me against their one thing. So like when we did the choke and I had us do the body turn, that wasn't just the arm. That was because my whole totality of my being was moving, which is why I was successful.
right? Okay.
So yeah, always I would just lend to using your whole body for things anyway. And that's just good for a healthier, like my sensei, he was 81 when I met him. You ever meet Link with Sensei? Is that Ralph Link with Sensei? He's he had the first school in New Cumberland in like 1960, and I met him for the last 5 years of his life.
Met the guy with the tiger rod.
Okay,
I don't know.
That's okay. But so anyway, he was in his late 80s and he was racing me up the stairs. I said, Sensei, how in your 80s are you doing this? He goes, Michael, it's not that when you get older you get weaker. He says you lose momentum. He says, so just do not stop. For whatever reason, we were given this thing. I think it's to keep them in motion and keep them moving for you. So yeah, using your whole body, regardless of height. I would just use your whole body for everything. Any other questions, self-defense wise?
No, I feel like my self-defense would be worrying about so I guess like you said, like you have to be not stronger, you just have to be like wiser than the other person. Because I'm always nervous that like on my showings, if it's just me and another man, and usually the man's a lot bigger. Bulkier, and it's like, I do that like, oh, you go in front, or I'll leave like the door slightly open too in the front, just like give them like that cue. But then I'm like, still like, what if they just try and grab me? Like, what would I do? Like,
right. And I would say part of what my hope for today was to, you're not gonna, you're just to give you an understanding that you are still capable of being very strong and powerful and make up a size difference by just approaching it from a different manner, if that makes sense. So like if someone grabs you, okay, well, instead of trying to go arm against arm, my whole body rotation, that's just that's just a wiser way to address that.
My question was, because it's not related to real estate, but I have a 2-year-old and dealing with him, getting in and out of the car when we're in like grocery stores, public parking lots has made me nervous since he was really little. But especially with it's cold and everything, like when I'm at the grocery store, I just want advice on like what's the most tactical way to do that whole thing, because I would like to try to be safer. I'm just kind of like riding on whatever energy and bandwidth I have.
Sure.
So what I usually do is because it's cold out, I'll put him in the car seat first and then load
course.
the groceries. But I don't like doing that because then I feel like there's an opportunity there.
Right.
So, and I know you mentioned you're a parent. So like, do you
Absolutely.
have any tips on like,
Yeah.
you know, because it's when I'm in public with him, I'm constantly vigilant of like more so like if anyone is trying to like mess with him than with me.
Of course. Right.
So,
Right.
anyway.
Because unfortunately, that might be just as common in today's world of like a kidnapping as it is a self-defense situation. That is just a reality of the world we're in, or maybe it always was, and just now we're way more aware of it, for better or for worse. One of the things I do, and it's just because I'm super obsessed with self-defense, is I'll open the trunk, put my daughter in, and then lock the car. So that way, if the trunk's open, it's the only way kind of into the vehicle, and they'd have to kind of go over the seat then to get to my daughter. And then if I'm over there loading groceries, someone went to go tug on a door, it's locked. They can't get in. So that's just one thing I'll do is I'll just pop the trunk first, then load my daughter in and lock it.
Sounds weird to say that way. Pop the trunk and put your daughter in.
The trunk. We're riding in reverse today, sweetie. But yeah, that's something I'll do. And again, just making sure the door or the car is locked on those in between moments. So that way, if I heaven forbid someone did try to pick a fight with me, because that's also a worry in my mind is you even just have that just owning a karate school. Sometimes people are just like, oh, they don't really know what they're doing. And sometimes I had one gentleman at a public festival go, oh, you're a karate guy, so you should be able to block this punch. And as he was saying it, he took a swing at me in the middle of like an Apple festival. I mean, thankfully I didn't think, and I just put hands up in my back. I was putting a hand in his face when I realized, so I just acted. But I think about those moments like, oh, if I had to be in this situation and my daughter was there, you know, so I just do my best to just keep the vehicle locked on those in between moments. I don't know if that helped at all. Also for parking, I try not to then like, I'll maybe walk a little extra to make sure I'm not parked smack dab next to another vehicle.
Yeah, I almost always park next to a cart return if I can, just so I don't have to like walk super far away or anything like that. But and I'm constantly thinking about like as I'm buckling him in, I'm like, oh my God, what if someone came up behind me and like, you know, so I'm just those are areas that you kind of go through, and so you're like, well, how would I respond in that situation? So
well, and that's something too, like if I was putting the kid in and then I was attacked, I'm going to make sure the vehicle's kind of secure first and foremost. So maybe this might help you too, is as I'm putting the kid in, I do have the key fob in my hand. So that way, if I did need to slam the door and lock, it's not like I'm trying to put the kid in, not be attacked, and find keys to lock the vehicle. You know?
Well, I need to see what I can, because my key fob, it like as soon as I walk up to my car, the whole car unlocks.
Oh, you can turn that feature off.
Okay.
Well,
So I can change that.
If the car's within the last like 7 years, most of the times you can change that feature to no longer do that. Yeah, I had to do a similar thing.
Okay. Good deal.
Any other self-defense-y?
No, but I think of the same thoughts a lot too. Like, what are you gonna do with your kid? And I was actually gonna ask you if you teach any like self-defense classes with the parents and the kids.
I do. Yeah, I do teach. We call it like a child. Call it child safety, but it really is like against like child abduction kind of things.
You know, if you want to get more people, you call it mommy and me. Mommy and me.
Oh, mommy and me. Yes,
I was
yes.
gonna ask, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. We have.
Mommy and me beat up bad guy.
Well, I try and say like just like a child safety or things like that, because sometimes it is dad. Again, like road rage, dad and the kid, right? So I try to be as gender neutral as I can as well, because I've definitely had that feedback from my male parents that are like, hey, you're only ever teaching ladies self-defense classes, and some guys also just generally, you know, have the same thing, right? It's kind of become a karate trope to be like, I'm just going to teach just a lady self-defense. So I offer both. And what sometimes the other side of that is some ladies aren't comfortable training in the same space as guys. So I'll offer both. We'll do a guy class and a gal.
I mentioned you how I was more comfortable. I started with Jade and then went to Andrew, and I was more comfortable with Andrew because I knew him being a man, not penis, not trying to have sex with feeling. Like, man, I don't want to injure a woman, but a man is like, yeah.
Well, thank you.
man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, I won't comment on that one, but, any other lingering questions, guys? Otherwise, just thank you so much for having. How about a technique? Any of the techniques like I wasn't sure I had that, or just want clarification on any of it? Because Leanne, I'll send you the outline for today, so
You
that way
do.
everyone can just have, if you want. I mean, obviously you have the recording, but I don't know how well we did staying in frame for any of it.
It's a workshop. It's real in person.
That's right. It's organic. Any other questions, guys?
Think a lot, one thing I was confused with, so whenever someone grabs your wrist, you always want to step to that side that they grab you from? Or do you want to step across,
I want to step to the outside of the person.
away from there?
Yeah, just general, like if, would you mind my partner for one more second, sir? We're not, no contact, but if you just grab my wrist, like this weapon is tied up. He's got more weapons on that side.
Ah, okay.
So just as a general, I want all of my toys, like same thing with Kumite. Like if we were fighting and I were to step to his open side, yeah, it's his open side, but he's got all his weapons, I got all my weapons. But if I step to his outside, I've got all my weapons, and he has to cross his body for some of his toys.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So yeah, so most of my self-defense, thank you.
Yep.
I try and go to the outside of the body as opposed to go in towards the inside, because then you get a tendency to go a strength against strength. And I just don't want to
Yeah.
rely on that. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys coming.
Thank
Or,
you.
having me. I should say you were here.